Welcome to Taste for Adventure. This is the special Dark Lord 2021 episode. Doing a little bit different of kind of a setup here. We've got two regular kind of guys. You got our variants here. Aaron, what are we doing tonight?
Yeah, I thought with Dark Lord 2021 we could do a little recap of our experience going to Three Floyds and picking up our beers today. And then also do a little unboxing. We have so far not seen what bottles we've gotten, so do a little bit of a live unboxing, see what we got. And then we are going to taste the 2021 Standard Dark Lord and give our initial impressions on this year's Dark Lord.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, so maybe our guests, our variants, can introduce themselves.
Yeah, who do we got here?
Yeah.
I'm Eric Bodker, longtime beer drinker, first-time guest.
Andre Nelson, much of the same.
Nice.
Yeah, welcome guys, and we have two pretty experienced Dark Lord and beer drinkers and homebrewers as well. So
Yes.
you guys can definitely hold your own on the show, and look forward to hearing your thoughts on all things Dark Lord today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, hey, are we ready to kind of dig in here? We got a lot of stuff going on.
I know, this is
right here
like,
in the general vicinity.
I feel like it's like Halloween when you go and you like dust on all your trick or treating,
Yeah.
but it's too dark to see your candy. Like we're about to dump out all our candy and see all the goods that we got.
So you guys, you haven't even peeked in the back.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah, I know.
All right.
All right.
Here we go.
All right, so first off, I'll say this year what you're able to do before Dark Lord Day, about a month ago, you could pre-purchase a pack and you could do a 2020 or a 2021 pack. And the packs this year got you 2 regular base Dark Lords and then 2 variants from that year. So the 2021 pack, you get 2 of the base 2021s and then 2 different variants. This year for 2021, they really pared back the offerings. There were only 3 different variants. There was the vanilla marshmallow Handjee, there was Chemtrailmix, and then there was Adultsizebeverage, which is a blend of 3 different spirits barrels, but otherwise didn't have any adjuncts. And then for the 2020, same deal. You get 2 of the base 2020s, and then 2 different 2020 variants. And last year, gosh, they had...
It's 6, I thought.
Oh, they had even more than that. They were
Really?
like 12.
No kidding.
100 different variants.
Somewhere
Wow.
around there, yeah.
Yeah, there are a whole bunch of them. So
Yeah.
I'm keeping my fingers crossed for a Lodestar, which is a variant that I really wanted to get last year and didn't.
Yeah.
That
Which
was
one is,
it was maple coconut.
Ooh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. So, but all the variants are good. All Dark Lord is good. So I'm gonna be just excited to see what we get.
Oh yeah.
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 So and then so I got a pack of 2020 and a pack of 2021. And then Andre, what did you get this year?
I went ahead and I got myself a pack from the 2020 as well. I just kind of decided to skip 2021. I went with it though because there was a lot of variants for the 2020 packs, and going ahead and picking this up, getting the 2 regular and 2 variants for $160 seemed like a better deal to me personally.
All right.
Really, I should have just gotten a second one anyways, but
It was definitely a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Pretty good deal this year, I think. So.
Yeah.
And then, so, we made our trip in a dreary day that turned into a rainy day that turned into a snowy day. Stood out in a kind of a blizzard. I mean, it was snowing, it was windy, it was nasty out there. It was a drive-through to get our Dark Lord packs, but then you could actually go over to the brewery, and they had a big tent, like a merch tent set up, like they've done in Dark Lord festivals in the past. So it was really cool to see that. You could buy non-Dark Lord beers, their standard lineup, as well as some barrel age and some specialty seasonal release stuff. They had some Dark Lord merch, right? So
brand new hat.
Yeah.
Brand new hat.
There you go. They had some Dark Lord merch, and then as a surprise, they were also selling bottles of Dark Lord.
Yeah. That's actually how I got mine. So I got a little bit different of experience than you guys. I pulled up through that kind of drive-through thing, and I was like, oh, I heard you guys are selling Dark Lord singles, and she's like, oh yeah, go over to where the brew pub used to be, which is kind of pain in my heart a little bit. They're saying they're so used to saying used to be a brew pub.
Pour one out for
Right, yeah, pour Dark Lord out for. Don't do that.
Just don't
Don't do that at home. But go over there, and then they'll set you up. And so I was like, oh my god, this is like being at a concert. You know, they had all the shirts and stuff pinned up, and I'm like, hey, I heard you guys are doing Dark Lord singles, and she's like, okay, how many do you want? I'm like, well, and she's like, well, the limit's 2, and I'm like, 2's good, yeah, 2.
Yeah.
So I didn't quite get any variants, but they did do the same kind of thing where you could buy Dark Lord 2020 or 2021. So I set up with 2 2021s.
Yeah, because you got some 2020s last year.
Yeah, I got my allotment of 2020s last year. I think my variant last year was Behemoth. Which is the
Behemoth was a barley wine. So
Okay,
that
no,
was,
then
that
it
was
was
probably something different.
No, it was the bourbon barrel aged one. Do you remember what that one is?
I can't remember that one, but yeah, the
Either way, it was the bourbon barrel one.
We'll put a graphic up under here.
Yeah.
We'll see what it is.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it kind of had a little bit slightly different of an experience. But I was happy to get it. I didn't expect to. I missed the pre-order sale for the tickets, so I was like, oh man, I'm not gonna get it. But
Yeah, and so if you're watching this and are bummed that you weren't able to do a pre-sale, you might still be able to go to the brewery and get some individual bottles. They also did it was like an $80 pack where you get a 2020 standard and a 2020 variant. You don't get to pick your variant; it was a mystery, but $80, and you didn't have to pre-order it. So I don't know. By the time we get this show up, that might be sold out, but maybe not. It's worth going to the brewery and checking it out.
Yeah.
Is this pickup only today? Is this whole thing
It's all week.
all week?
Yeah.
wow, okay.
So we're recording this Friday evening. The pickup started on Thursday, and I think they go through the whole weekend, and then maybe into early next week as well.
All right.
There you go.
Yeah. So you're gonna head over there and try to get
Yeah,
variants today.
Well, no, I got my 2 beers in this hat for like $70, so I'm not really sure what they're even charging.
Yeah. I mean, that's not a bad price.
It's not a bad price at
for
all. Maybe it was
Dark Lords.
yeah. So
Yeah.
but we got a lot. We got a lot here, though. Do you want to?
We do. I'm really excited to do this unboxing.
Yeah.
I want to kind of fly through that, and then I can't wait to get my lips on 2021.
Oh
So,
yeah, it's exciting.
yeah.
Which way are you starting?
Go.
Start with the variants.
Old to new.
I was gonna say.
Old.
Why don't you open yours first, Andre?
Is that
All
right?
right, let's see
Yeah,
what
that's
you
mine.
got.
All right. What do we got?
I'll airlift you over here.
There you go.
So the 2 smaller ones are the regulars, right?
Yes.
yeah, I think so.
Those are the standards. There you
Yep,
go.
so there you go. Standard bottle.
Okay.
All right.
They're kind of doing this full art bottle
They are. Yeah.
now.
Had the same label, and then it seems like every couple of years now they're changing like the label, the logo.
Which I'm not sure if the 2021 has a different label or not.
No, it's got the same one.
Yeah, it's the same.
I think the wax color is different. It's like a baby
Okay.
blue. You can kind of see it peeking out
Oh
there.
yeah, there you go.
So
So last year was
Last year was black.
solid black wax at your base. So all right, drum
see
roll.
what you got.
Hey, what do you got?
hey, it's the one I got.
Oh, hella boozy.
Hella boozy. Yep, that's the one I got.
All right, and
The
this
answer to your
says
question.
Dark Lord
Aged in bourbon
bourbon
barrels.
barrels.
Very nice.
Nice.
All right, that's gonna be a good one.
763 out of 2,000.
All right, nice art on that.
Yeah,
So nice bourbon barrel
that's a
Dark
cool
Lord.
one.
All right, and your other variant is
Whoa. Oh,
Marshmallow Handjee.
Marshmallow.
Hey, Handjee.
All right, that is the vanilla bourbon
that's a
barrel
cool
aged
beer.
one.
That's a cool.
That's a
cool
popular
too,
one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
2020,
it's a
right,
really nice
yeah.
label, even if you can't quite see it.
It reminds me of
camera.
Ghostface from Scream. a
Right.
little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
That's
right.
some pretty good beers.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I would not be upset with those polls
No.
for sure. So
You were telling me last year you wanted that. You really wanted the hella boozy.
yeah, I mean there were so many good variants
there were a
last
lot of
year.
good variants.
It's just impossible to get all of.
You'd have to buy an obscene amount of Dark
Yeah.
Lord
Yeah.
to even come close, and even then you might end up with doubles
Sure.
of variants. So I mean, it's kind of nice to have these like giving out 2 of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's even a rad bag.
Yeah, the bags are great. They're kind of like
They're pretty robust.
yeah, and they're
like canvas, like 6-chambered.
Yeah, they're
plus 2
six
pockets.
chambered plus 2 sides. Yeah,
Yeah.
so pretty nice.
With a little beholder in front.
Little beholder
Little-
on
yeah.
the on the
No,
front.
that's
yeah.
a beholder.
Beer
Yeah,
holder.
it's a
Stop.
A beer holder.
cool.
Beer holder.
All right, so yes, of
Yep,
course.
there you go.
We have the
Dark Boys.
2 dark
Some
boys.
pre-aged 2020s.
Pre-aged 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah, already have a year of age on them.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
All right.
What you got?
Oh.
Hey, we got the Rari.
Yeah, Rari.
Hey,
All right.
Which one was the
that?
Rari again?
Rari's the strawberry one.
Okay.
Ooh.
It's Dark Lord aged in cognac barrels with toasted coconut,
Mhm.
Oh my god.
freeze-dried strawberries, cocoa nibs, and vanilla beans.
Boy, howdy.
Ooh,
So-
that one sounded real good to me.
Heck yeah, that's a good one.
Mhm.
I'm actually really glad I got another one. That's great.
Cool, cool.
Yeah. All right.
What's the other
Is
one?
it?
Whoa. Ooh.
Wow.
That's
Label.
intimidating.
I do like that label. It
I
is
love that label.
Dark Lord aged in rye barrels.
There you go.
Oh, all right.
All right.
Very nice. So rye probably being like a rye whiskey, so should have like a bourbon barrel age, but probably have a little bit more of like an edge, a little bit of a spiciness on it versus regular bourbon. So
Very cool.
yeah. So I did do one of the little
Like little boy packs.
the little boy packs. That's right. So Eric, if you run out there tomorrow, this is the type of thing you might be able to expect.
Yeah.
So I got another bag.
Yeah, yeah, they'll give you the bag. I
Yeah.
think no matter how many beers you buy.
Yeah, and it was random packed with looks like a regular
A
2020.
regular, yeah.
Uh-huh. What's the other one?
Well, the other one's gonna be a
Don't know.
variant.
Could be
Oh,
anything.
It's a
oh,
random
the little
variant.
one.
It could even be a
yeah.
Rari.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
I know how much you like Rari.
And they're separate areas. So one thing they did say is that when you buy the 4-pack allotment,
Yeah.
your 2 variants will definitely be different.
Mm.
But then when you go and get the random one from the tent, you
Yeah.
could get a duplicate variant
Yeah.
from the one that you got in the drive.
Moment of truth here. We're
Yeah.
we're
I
at
know.
1,000. Let's see if we get all different variants.
Is it a Key Rock? Is it a
Key
Rari?
Ooh.
Is it something else?
We got a
Hey.
one of those guys again.
Is a Marshmallow Handjee.
The Handjee.
Alright, so that's a duplicate of Andre's,
Yeah,
but
not bad.
Marshmallow Handjee is always
I was
Yeah.
gonna say that is the best
Alright.
sounding variant of all the ones that we have on the table. So
for the longest time. I think it was the highest sought after
Wow.
was the Vanilla Dark Lord.
Yeah.
for
Okay.
sure. So,
Nice.
all right. So we're looking pretty good
On
here.
to 2021.
On to 2021. Okay, let's see
Have
what
some
we
fun.
got.
I was about to say, don't mix them up with your 2020 variants, but different wax.
That's
The different wax is how you know.
Oh really? Okay. Yeah.
So that should all be baby blue wax
Yeah.
versus the black wax.
So wait,
Alright.
whose pack is this? This is
Mine. So I had a 2020 pack and a 2021.
Okay.
So-
Okay.
And then bought like another half.
And then yeah,
Looks like it is still another full
Yeah, full-
wrapped
yeah.
art, but it has this really nice like sky blue wax.
Mhm.
Really looks pretty nice. So all right, we got 2 of the
Two.
variants, and
Two of the
then
regulars.
2 of the regulars, and then so let's see, we can do adult size beverage, Chemtrailmix, or this
Handjee.
year's Handjee.
This
So,
year's Handjee.
let's see what we
What? That's something.
Oh, this one is adult size beverage.
Adult size
Hey.
beverage.
So here you go. That is
Very
adult
cool.
size beverage.
Aaron, what is the adult size beverage?
Is Dark Lord aged in rum, cognac, and sortines
I
barrels.
don't know what that last one
I think
is.
it's like a French wine.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
or maybe like a French, spirit type.
Right.
Thing. Yeah.
yeah. All right, it's
So-
kind of a French themed Dark Lord.
Yeah.
It's even kind of a French themed bottle, I guess, like that kind of noir, kind of black and white.
He looks like John Reno kind
He
of.
did.
There we go.
Yeah.
So yeah, adult size
Another French
beverage,
one.
definitely good. I always
That's
like
cool.
when breweries will blend their beers from different spirits barrels because then it's not really one note. That blend can add a ton of
Right.
complexity to it.
Right,
So
right.
That'll be a nice one.
yeah, and
All right.
this is a new one for this year, so I'm excited to have gotten that one.
And you got a 50-50 shot. This year's Handjee or Chemtrailmix.
All right, what's your guess? Handjee or Chemtrail?
Angie.
I really want it to be Chemtrailmix.
Chemtrail.
All right,
Not my.
I feel chemtrail.
Putting out
You
the,
feel
the
chemtrail?
feelers.
it is.
Whoa, Chemtrail!
All right.
There she is.
Very nice. So
Which one is the Chemtrail?
Chemtrail is bourbon barrel aged Dark Lord with cinnamon and pink peppercorns.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember the year this first came
really
out,
good.
and
Yeah.
nobody really knew much about Chemtrailmix, whatever. My brother pulled it, and this variant became like pretty much the highest. Like,
Wow.
this is the one that unseated the vanilla Dark Lord as far as
kidding.
being like the highest sought after Dark Lord in the secondary market.
Yeah.
At least that's what I observed. And I remember the first time I had it, it tasted like your bowl of cereal. Like your milk in a bowl of cereal after you finished Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Right.
It was like
That's so
cinnamon.
good.
It's like cinnamon milk. It was
That
delicious.
sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Chemtrail 2021. I also have a Chemtrail 18.
Ooh.
I'd love to do a side by side, but that'd be a really expensive
That's an
night
expensive
of opening.
episode.
beer.
Oh, that's
So,
a really expensive
yeah.
episode.
Then I should have a Chemtrail 19, I think.
Oh man.
Whoa.
Just do a chemtrail vertical.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
Completely go nuts. Yeah. All right. So that is that's our lineup. What do you guys think?
I thought I
That sounds great.
think we pulled out some pretty good ones.
Yeah, I mean, quite a few variants for the money, and I mean, I went to the Three Floyds today. I came home with 5 variants of Dark Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you got another couple. I mean, that's great. You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You got a lot of in general.
A lot of Dark Lord in general, but I think in years past, you'd end up with a ton of base Dark Lord, and then maybe only one variant. Right.
Right. That's
what
how
I-
it was last year.
Yeah, and I think what I really like about the way they changed it up this year is they lowered the price,
Yeah.
Yes.
and they didn't just like overload you with the base Dark Lords.
Yep.
A lot of the people coming to Dark Lord Day now are after these like variants. Now I still love the base beer, but I don't need 8 of them in order to get the level of variance. So.
Right.
Sure.
Like last year, I mean, they give you so many of the regular, and then you get the one variant, and it was like this, it's nice. And last year we drank one of the 20. It was good. It was definitely good, and I've got plenty left. But
Yeah. Well, the nice thing of those, when you do get a whole bunch you can stockpile,
Yeah.
is I tend to age them a whole bunch, and I always think Dark Lord is better once it's aged 2, 3, 4 years. But sometimes I like to have one fresh just to then take notes and compare how smooth it is. And then also, I really like Dark Lord, sharing it with friends and family at the holidays, at special occasions,
Yeah.
weddings.
It's definitely a sharing beer.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff like that. Housewarmings, weddings, baby showers, whatever.
Well, and then part of what's going on here, you've got 3 of the same beer, but it's going to taste different when you open each
Yeah.
one. So,
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. Yeah, especially when you put some age on them, and that's where I think developing tasting and good tasting notes can be really cool. Especially if you have a beer journal, tasting a beer fresh, and then a couple years later, if you can refer back to that old journal and then say oh, this one had really sharp, bitter cherry notes, or it was really strong coffee. You'll find that those sharper, more acidic edges will really round out when the beer has some age. If you age it too long, it could become a little oxidized or develop some sherry or even a little bit soy saucy notes. So I've always held to the plateau of being Dark Lord of Dark Lord's quality is 3 to 6 years. So I think it continues to get better up until about year 3. It's at its peak from year 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then after year 6, it's starts the decline. So yeah.
That means I've got a Dark Lord that I need to open pretty soon.
Yeah?
I think you gave it to me for my housewarming in 2018.
Yeah, might be on that plateau now.
It's yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
All right. Well, why don't we clear this off and get into the tasting for the 2021? All right. So I'm gonna see if I can slit the seal a little bit here.
Hey,
There we go.
don't get any wax up here.
Nope.
Hey,
Hey. All right.
nice beer.
All right. Would you do the honors?
I will do the honors.
pour.
Plug.
Go in. Yeah, nice tight shot. There you go. Very nice.
An assortment of really good beers.
Heck yeah.
Save some for Julie too.
Yep. Gentlemen, cheers.
Hey, cheers.
To Dark Lord.
Dark Lord.
Dark Lord.
Whoa.
I don't have those monkey arms. I can't do it.
Perfect.
All right, so
Mm.
aroma.
Yeah.
Getting some of the bourbon. I'm getting definitely some barrel character
Yep.
in the aroma.
Definitely that.
I'd say that the first real impression for this one this year is definitely like the oak. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is torture. This smelling portion. I definitely haven't accidentally sipped it already.
If you're anything like me, you accidentally sipped it with your nose.
Yeah. Yeah. There is vanilla in here.
Got some legs on it.
There is some vanilla, especially as it's warming up. Yeah, the legs are really great. There's some nice like lacing,
Mm-hmm.
and just look how dark the foam is on this beer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it's not even tan. This is brown foam
Brown.
on a motor oil black beer. I mean, as we've come to expect from Dark Lord. So
Yeah. Of course.
yeah, yeah. So a little bit of vanilla, Andre.
Absolutely feel like I smell some of the barrel. I mean, 100%. This is what it smells like to walk around a bourbon distillery's warehouse.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is so good. You get a good amount of the coffee, but it's not overpowering of coffee. You get a lot of that bourbon kind of oaky, or yeah, kind of oaky character. A little bit of that caramel. Caramel's in there, the vanilla.
Yep. But it's not overly sweet.
No, it's not.
Sometimes I've
very
had
nice.
I've had young Dark Lord where it can be very sweet,
Yeah.
or even like syrupy in the mouthfeel.
Yeah.
This is a heavy mouthfeel, but it's not
It's
like
not syrupy.
sugary syrupy.
That's usually my problem with drinking a fresh Dark Lord, and I was thinking the exact same thing. It is far less sweet, a little bit, there's a little bit more like bitter note to this than previous ones that I've had.
Yeah, and I think that the barrel, like the tannins, the barrel oak character to it, almost helps to like counterbalance some of the sweetness. But I also feel like maybe it's a little bit better attenuated with less residual sugars because it doesn't have that like syrupy, almost like gritty, sugary note that
Yeah.
some Dark Lords have had, especially when they're young.
It's where I'm finding the coffee.
Yeah.
It's right at the very end in the aftertaste.
Yeah, that's a good observation. Coffee's not really up front. You don't smell it and you might not even know there's much coffee in this. But I agree with you. It's more in the finish and lingering a little bit into the aftertaste, the coffee notes.
So good.
The chocolate is there kind of throughout, but very low.
Right.
Are there any techniques you guys would recommend for drinking this beer as opposed to, the Pilsner that you're drinking by the pint?
Well, so proper glassware is definitely one. You don't want to drink something like this in a tall, narrow, like Pilsner style of glass. This style of glass is called a snifter, and we're drinking in tasting size snifters,
Yep.
which is great for a beer like this. You can hold it in your hand, allow it to warm up a little bit,
Oh, okay.
because the beer will change as it warms. But then also, they call it a snifter because you really are supposed to get your nose in there and sniff it. So the wide middle gives it plenty of surface area to breathe a little bit, and it gives lots of ability for the beer to like carbonate and like to kind of exhale. But then when it comes back in, it kind of bottlenecks and it funnels those aromas into this narrower outlet. So when you get your nose in there, you're almost forming a seal. There's not really anywhere for this wide surface of aromas to go except for right into your nose.
Yeah.
That is good.
Yeah, any kind of big bourbon, barrel aged stout. This is the perfect type of glass to serve it in. And other ways for tasting. We're doing it the right way here. One person, I don't think should sit down and have a Dark Lord.
It's gonna get a little saccharine by the end of that bottle.
Yeah. Sharing it with 2 or 3 friends, family members, I think is really the only way to go with Dark Lord. And, thinking on some of my best Dark Lord memories, it's always like, it's not as much about the beer to me as anymore as it is about the experiences with people I share it with.
Yeah.
But we're able to bring that back a little bit this year, like have something of a presence there back at the brewery.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm really hoping the festival comes back because it was still nothing like just the insane Dark Lords of.
I had stories of you guys just blacking out at Dark Lord Day, and it's like, oh man, I'm central.
Yeah, how many Dark Lords have we all been to?
I've been I guess one technically last year, but it wasn't really it wasn't a festival.
Oh, so you've never been to the
So
festival?
I've never been to a festival.
Okay.
I've been to 3, and the weather's been horrible every time,
Okay.
but it just made it more fun. It just
Okay.
made it I felt like I earned it, by the end of things.
4 or 5.
Yeah, I would say probably more like 4 or 5 for you. Yeah. I have not missed a Dark Lord since moving to the area.
Yeah.
I've been going to Dark Lord straight since 2009.
Wow.
So this is actually lucky number 13 Dark Lord for me. So.
I was talking to somebody about this, and I think I told them 12. So not too far off.
Yeah.
So, 13.
Remember that one time I had to buy tickets for you because you're out of the country?
The scramble to buy tickets.
Yeah. Oh.
Every what was it? St. Patrick's Day is when Dark Lord tickets would go on.
Yeah, usually right around St. Patrick's Day or on St. Patrick's Day for a number of
Firing
years.
up like 20 computers.
Exactly. Going into work on spring break to fire up 20 of the mobile classroom computers.
Find out everything sold out in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Warmed up, and I'm getting a lot more flavors now.
Yeah.
I am too. It's a lot more fruity as it warms up.
Exactly. I was thinking more of like berries or something.
Yep. Yeah, like dark cherries.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, it's not exactly a bitter thing. It's not a sour thing, but it's definitely more like fruit and berry.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the coffee that dropped off, but there was almost like a rubbery taste at the beginning. Not an unpleasant one, but something that was very strong, hitting my palate really, but it's dropping off. And I'm with you guys. I'm like fruitiness more as it develops. It's not getting any sweeter. It's just getting a little bit more complex in that sweetness.
Well, and a lot of it is it's opening up in the nose, and you'll notice that beers, as they get warmer, they become much more fragrant. And yeah, I'm definitely getting a ton more fruit notes.
Yeah.
And the fruits can come from a number of things. They can come from esters in the yeast. A beer like this, I would suspect that a lot of that is coming from the darker colored caramel malts, which can have notes of like raisin, dried dark fruit like cherries and plums. And I would suspect there's quite a bit of that in this beer.
Out too fast.
I was gonna say yeah.
I know.
I'm enjoying this so much, though.
Yeah. So, from your recollections of past years' Dark Lords, how does this base Dark Lord stand up or compare?
Well, on my average year tasting a Dark Lord for the first time, I'm 3 sheets to the wind at the festival, so I'm a little bit more present. But I just really can't say enough about that. Not just the taste sweetness, like you said, the mouthfeel. Like there is a less syrupy mouthfeel than in previous years. And I don't know, I wonder if that has to do something with the variants that they were planning for and how they made this base beer to play off the variants. But yeah, enjoying it.
I think for me, what I'm really liking is I think sometimes with bourbon barrel aged beers, you can risk it being too boozy tasting, too bourbony. But I feel like this is like perfect bourbony. Like I feel like it's got a really good amount of bourbon. You get the bourbon, but it's not like that. Like, ooh, I just took a shot of bourbon kind of feel, it's definitely like, hey, that's a bourbon barrel.
Yeah.
So definitely loving it here. This is a really good year. I'm interested to see how this kind of goes in the next couple of years. Just pop one open.
Yeah.
To some of the previous years, it's pleasantly mellow. There have been a number of previous ones where as soon as you open it, just in the same type of time as we are opening it right now, the berry type flavors and the fruity flavors, it's assaulting you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember, I think it was 2012. It was like an acidic cherry, like a harsh cherry medicine that just hit you so hard. Now I had one years later, but that one took quite a while to mellow out. It turned into a pretty good beer, but fresh, on Dark Lord Day, back in 2012. I don't have fond memories of that fresh Dark Lord. So, but
I think that I'd be really interested to see where this goes, and
Yeah.
I might not even consider it being 3 to 5 years. This,
just a couple of years I could see it. You don't want the nuanced flavors to fade out and that barrel character to take on too much of the showcase, and I feel like that could happen maybe in this one if it was aged too long, because that, especially when you first try it, that barrel is pretty prominent. Yeah. I remember last year I was pretty impressed with the 2020 base overall, but I don't remember it being quite as barrel and as oak forward as this year's. Well, great tasting, great notes, guys. Yeah.
thanks.
Thanks for joining us and sharing your thoughts on the Dark Lord and showing off your haul for this year. Yeah. Well, I don't know what we have up next, but this was kind of like a hastily thrown together sort of Dark Lord special that I'm glad we could have. Hopefully, this will give some insight into the experience for Dark Lord Day here in 2021. And we will definitely be back at future Dark Lords. Maybe we'll have to do like a, Taste for Adventure at Dark Lord Day when they bring that back. Yeah.
That would be incrable if
Yeah.
we could do that.
So let's do it.
I'll strap around the backpack carrying
Yeah.
all the batteries and
Battery bank, yeah.
there with the mic just.
There you go. There you go.
Love it.
Perfect.
All right. Well, I think that's all we got. You have any final thoughts
Yeah.
for the episode variants?
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
and
thank you for
anytime
having
you're
us.
opening a Dark Lord.
Yeah, for sure. I only like to open it with family and friends. So
Perfect.
yeah.
All right.
Well, signing off.
Yeah,
This is
cheers.
Taste for Adventure. Cheers.
Cheers.